Hey, hello, and welcome to another edition of Like It Really Is. I am your host. Thank you for being here, being a part of what I'm doing today. We have a special show. Special show, some really serious topics that I'm going to be speaking on today. And first, I want to start off by saying that the programs presented are submitted. I'm going to start off with a disclaimer for you guys. The programs that's presented are submitted by members of our community. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of this channel. All right, so I want to clear that up and I want to get started. All right, so one thing that I want to make clear in the beginning before I even start is that this is not a bash on the Caucasian uh, people. This is not a bash on the black people, African American, melanin people. This is something that I feel that we all should learn, right? Because we're all in this world together. And from what it looks like right now, it looks like there's a lot of things that's not together in this world. And in order for us to get it together, and for order for us to understand how we can get it together, what we can do to make this thing work, we have to have these kind of conversations. These conversations are important because sometimes you have to look back in order to go forward. You understand what I'm saying? You have to look back in order to go forward. Today, we're going to play a video today, and I'm going to do like I'm going to sit on the side and I'm going to play this video so that you guys can actually see what was it like in 1960. There's a lot of people that don't know what it was like in the 60s for Black Americans, African Americans, melanated people. A lot of people do not know. A lot of people don't understand why this is the situation that we're in right now, where it came from, but there was a domino effect, right? A lot of people don't understand that. And so today we're going to have a conversation, right? We're going to have a conversation. And not only that, um, we're going to it's a learning process for us all. Because I think that black, white, Chinese, Indian, everybody needs to have a conversation. We have to know what the Chinese people have gone through. We have to know what the Caucasian people have gone through. We have to know what the black people have gone through. And in order for us to be able to do that, we have to have the conversation. Okay, so today I'm going to play a video, right? And this video is uh, something from back in the 60s, right? Back in the 60s. And it's people, I guess they were having a meeting and people came to this meeting expressing their feelings. Or the cameras came and allowed them to express their feelings. Whatever the case may be, this is what we need in order for us to change the direction of where we're going. We have to be able to understand everybody, understand the people that we're sitting next to, right? Now, a lot of these things that happened in the 60s have changed already, right? It has changed, right? We have gone so far as a people, but then we have shorted ourselves at the same time. And then there's some kind of a break off because it's black on black crime, over what? Over what? So today we're going to have that conversation. This is probably going to be one of the most serious episodes that I have because, and I think I've had a couple before, but it's just something that, like I said, it's the conversation that we need to have. Let me just go into the chats and say hello to everybody that's in the chats. Beverly, how you doing, Beverly? Love is love. Love is love. Thank you for tuning in. And let me just say to everybody, just before I get started, listen, if you are on Facebook right now, I'm just asking you right now, please move over to YouTube. I do these things for free, not free, but I do these things, right? And I do it for a reason, right? I do it because I feel like there's a need for us as a people to understand where we came from and where we're going as a people. Now, let me tell you something. I've had my struggles in my life. I've gone down. I did good. I was doing good at one point, and then I've gone down a dark road, right? And so, one thing that I know about the system is the system it doesn't give you too many second chances. Now, hold up before you comment on that, right? Let me explain to you why what I'm talking about these second chances. Now, these second chances could be like, you started, doing drugs or whatever. You fell into the drug thing. A lot of men have fell into the drug thing, and in the streets or whatever the case may be, because of something that they've been through in their life. Whether it's been peer pressure or whatever the case may be, but they've done drugs and the drugs tore them up, family broken up, nobody's speaking too much anymore, and but now not only that, they still have the child support that's hanging over their head. That's possible that they may have to be paying off for the rest of their life. So when I say second chance, there's certain things that I'm talking about when I talk about second chances. All right. So listen, let's get into this video. Let's do it. This is Like It Really Is with Maurice. I am your host. Special shout out to my son, Riso's in the building. You know what I'm saying? And also, like I said, Beverly, I appreciate you for doing what you do. You're excellent at what you're doing, and I appreciate you. All right, so let's get started and let's get into it. All right, are you ready for this, guys? Because this is gonna blow your mind. Are you ready for a mind blower? Let's do it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start this, and I'm gonna take this off here, and what I'm gonna also do is if you have any kind of questions or you want to comment, feel free, right? Feel free, um, you know, to call us up. I'm going to put the number right there on the screen. If you have any comments or anything like that, if you want to talk about what I'm talking about, and you want to get down to the nitty gritty and just express yourself. This is not a battle, once again, and I'm going to repeat this. This is for everybody to understand why we need to come together, why we have to stop looking at each other like, oh, this person is different and that person is different, and learn how to be, come together and kind of help each other, help some of the struggle, and understand where people have gone to jail and have lost their lives, and then they come back and they try to get their lives together. And what do we need? What do we need to put in place? What do we need to put in place to stop people from going to jail? You know what I mean? What does young people need to stop this direction that we're going? All right, you know what I'm saying? So listen, this is a real intense video. All right, so just get your coffee or whatever, sit back, relax. This is an intense video. This is Like It Really Is, kind of like It Is. I don't know if you know that show, but we talking about it. And let me just say this to you guys: I have a ton of white friends. I love my white friends. You know why? Because they don't look at me in a different way. They look at me as a human being. They look at me as a friend. They look at me in ways, what I'm saying, that I have become shocked. See, because I'm from Westchester County. Okay, I ain't gonna tell you where, but you already, people that know, they know. I'm from the suburbs, so we may had a hip hop club or whatever club there, but we also had a rock club, and I had some friends over there too as well. Shout out to Carl Candelaria, my boy Carl. You know what I'm saying? Carl, one of my best buddies. I'm gonna tell you a story, and I'm gonna let you, I'm gonna go into the video, but I'm gonna tell you this story that me and this guy called, and I don't know if he's out there. I don't know if he's listening. You know, we used to go to this bar, and it was right on Yonkers Avenue, right? And Yonkers Avenue, and it was like down on this hill, right? And me and him was inside. Me and him hung out for, we made friends. I went to the bar, made friends with him. Me and him started drinking, having a good time. We became the best of friends. You know what I mean? I would do anything for him. He would do anything for me. And I guess the people there was a group of skinheads that I guess wasn't, well, you know what? I think the skinheads had came the day before, and they saw that he was friends with me, and they didn't like that. And maybe, we had gotten to a little tussle, and, but they came back the next day. They came back with bats. And I was wondering why is, I went to the bar, and, we had a guitar because we used to sing, Marvin Gaye. I used to, throw down with him. So we're sitting at the bar, and we're wondering why there's nobody in the bar. So I guess people got tipped off. I don't know what it was, but it was a setup. All right. I mean, it was like 20 skinheads with bats that came into the bar ready to tear us up. We backed up, we retreated. I picked up a chair, a bar stool, and we used that as our defense. Now, shout out to my boy Carl. As we departed from that bar through the back door, there's a lot of story to that. And I'm just going to leave it right there. Right? I'm going to leave it right there because I don't want to say too much about it. But let me just say this. We dealt with the situation and we came out triumphant. But it wasn't the experience of sitting there and knowing that there's actually people that are really close that really don't like black people. It blew my mind just to know that the skinheads was that close. It blew my mind. So there's the old timers, and then there's the old timers sometimes teach the young people, and sometimes it never dies because sometimes it's taught through families, right? And see, that's what we have to stop right there. We have to stop teaching. And that goes for the white people, the black people, the Chinese people, the Indians. Y'all have to stop teaching racism to your kids or showing that racism and them picking it up and you just like you're passing it on to your kids. You can't do that. I see a lot of white guys in the hood. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. I'm going to play this thing here for you guys so you can check it out. All right, so ladies, I'm going to put my face on the side, and here we go. This is about seven angry black men explaining themselves to a committee, right? Explaining themselves to TV personalities about the disparities that what was going on back then. And let me tell you something. Our leaders, the people that fought for freedom, would turn over in their grave if they knew that you was out there being a part of the problem. Let's check it out.
Listen to me when I make an appeal for America. You claim you love America. Well, we love America. But you are driving us back and you are making a Samson out of us, and we are going to pull down the pillars. Should you try to pretend that I'm crazy because I want America to be saved? And then you think we have no right to ask for something? Is it too much to ask you to grant us human dignity? Should we be put down and shot to death for this request? If so, you can aim your guns. What the hell do you think we care about dying if you're going to deny us the right to live?
You know, this revolution is filled with so many ironies, really. First you tell us that it is manly to keep your word. All right? If you are a man, you keep your word. And now all that the black people in this country are demanding, and even the black people in the whole world are demanding, is that you keep your word. You told us we were free. Well then, show us that we're free. You told us that there is justice, equality for all in this country. Well then, stick to your word and let us see the justice and equality for all. Or else admit to us that you're not a man, you're a worm, you're afraid of us, you're afraid to give us equal stand. You're afraid that if you give us equal ground that we will match you and we will override you. And if that's what you're afraid of us, then tell us that just what you're afraid of. But don't keep hiding it from us and holding this up to us, and every time we ask you for something, you give us a little bit of something, and it's all tokenism. We don't want tokenism. And there are most black men in this world that don't want charity. And yet still every time we ask you for something, you give us a little piece, a little piece. You're playing games with us. We're not children. We're big men. I've seen my father have to put up with all kinds of stuff. He was a big man. He raised a family. He went down south, and he had to go around to the back door with his wife. We're not asking for anything. We're not asking for any favors. All we want is what's ours. Now, there are many black veterans who are coming back, and they're mad. They're angry. Do you think that they're going to sit down through this? Our fathers didn't have the knowledge that we had. They sat through it. But there are other black youth that are not going to sit through it. We know about Che. We know about Fanon. We've read the books of our revolution. We've listened to Mao and his quotations. We know where we stand. We're not going to sit for it. We're asking, and if we ask and we don't get, we're prepared to stand up and take it. If I ask a man, I tell a man I am hungry. I tell him I am cold. And I ask him to do something about my condition. And this man holds a loaf of bread right in front of me so I can see it, and I keep asking him, I'm begging him to please give me a slice of the loaf of bread. I am hungry. Then it is known by every psychologist that the next step in the progression is I am going to knock him upside the head and take the bread from him. I'm not going to starve to death. All we're asking, no one wants to see blood. No one likes the smell of blood. No one wants war. Anyone who's been in war doesn't want war. Everyone knows what it is to see the inside of a man's gut hanging out and see your friends die, see relatives die. No one wants to regress back to the state of mind where you have to think it's all for the cause, therefore my mother has to die, my wife has to die, my brothers and sisters have to die. No one wants that. But you're pushing us to it. You're leaving us no choice. We're asking, we're begging. The students up at Columbia, they ask. The brothers down south ask. The brothers in Latin America, the brothers in Africa, they're all asking. All they're doing is asking. Our fathers asked. Our grandfathers asked. The presidents of our universities, our colleges had to go to your back doors to beg that their children be given just enough money so that they could be taught something to live off. And yet still they asked and asked and asked, and you refused to give them anything. Now, we're just about out of patience. We're not going to ask anymore. The news media says that it's only the young that are militant, only the young that want this and want that. Okay, but we're 40% of the black population now. Or we were a year ago, and still yet we're climbing. Before long we'll be 50%, 55%, and then we'll have the command. We're not going to take it. We're not going to take sitting in rotten parks and in places that just aren't fit for living. We're not going to take it. There's a limit to a man's patience, and everyone knows that God, Christ, heaven, everyone knows that what we're asking is not $1 million. What we're asking for is humanity. We're asking to be allowed to live like human beings. And God, you tell us that this is too much to ask. You're sick. You're definitely sick. How can you tell me that it's too much to ask to be a human being?
Why am I mad? You know, white people ask me, why am I so angry? And, you know, I don't have any answer for him because it'd be ridiculous for me to answer him because he couldn't understand anyway, obviously, because he asked me the question.
The 400 years that I've existed there, 3 years, you know, 3 generations within my own family, why don't you know what I'm like? What is it so new in 1968 or, you know, in the 60s that you've got to learn? Because my grandfather was born, you know, he's 90. My mother was ready for integration. You know, she's middle-class Negro. Now, all of a sudden, you come to me and you say, you know, communicate with me. Hell, I've been here all the time.
And we've been
Where were you?
Communicate.
Now, what do I have to say to you? The most advanced nation in the world. It has to be resolved. It has to be resolved because I want my children to have an answer. If not me, I personally prefer that I have an answer. You know, I don't have, you know, I like to think I don't have my lifetime to waste on this.
Most people say, if you don't like it here, get out. That's for spineless people. Spineless bastards who don't want to fight for what they believe in. Well, I'm staying here because I was born here, and I am going to fight for my freedom. And before I have kids, I am going to make sure that this damn United States deserves the existence of my kids, because I will not rest until every Sunday school is safe for my kids, so that they won't get killed or beaten up like those kids down in Mississippi.
Now do we see any difference? There's some differences from these days and now, but some similarities. You know, the killing of our own people. You know, there's some similarities. But this video, the reason why I'm doing this is to let people know that don't know. To let the Caucasians know, let the Chinese people know about the black experience. Reminding you guys that there has been a history of struggle. There has been a fight, a long fight, and this fight has still a long way to go. It still has a long way to go. As we see today, are we going backwards or are we going forwards? We have to learn how to love each other. Not say, oh, that's a white guy, I don't like him because he's white. See who he is, see how he is. And then you make your determination from there. Don't just say, oh, wow, he's a black guy, he's a Chinese guy, I don't want to talk to him, because knowledge is infinite. You can learn from a baby. You can learn from Chinese people certain things. I'm a martial artist. I learned from Japanese. I've learned from Chinese people. The martial arts, the Shotokan martial arts from Gichin Funakoshi is a Japanese style, Shotokan. And then you have the Kung Fu style, which is the prairie mantis, the tiger, and the crane, and all the weapons training. So we can learn something from each other than going against each other and fighting each other. Our past, we have so much history, you know. Let's keep going, y'all.
In 1966, that is going to stop, or else I'll be dead. Either one. You white folks have either one of two choices. Give me my damn freedom or kill me. Because I am tired of sitting by being an Uncle Tom or a house Negro like Booth and Wilkins. Those two guys are not Negroes. They're white people with man tan. That's all. They don't speak for us. They have found their way into the white man's house, the white man's establishment, and they are not about to make waves.
Now, let's explain that part. That part is interesting because there are some people that take on other people's nationalities, take on their ways. You know what I mean? It could be Chinese or Indians. They take on certain people's ways and they copy. They copy the ways. You know, there was a time, I don't know if it's on this video, where a lady says that she wished that she was white because she has gotten so many different things. Yeah, she's gotten so many different things, right? She sees so many different things when it comes down to, well, you know what? Listen, you know what? Let me tell you something about people that call me while I'm on the line here. You know, basically, if you seeing me, you know, and I'm on the line, you know, then you something's wrong with the head. Something's wrong with your head. You know what I'm saying? So get it together. All right. So here. All right. So back to what I'm saying. We have to turn this thing around. Turn it around. Turn this thing around. Come together. Start to look at some of the problems that other people have. Understand a little bit more. And I'm not saying, you know, I'm not saying like give us a handout or give them, you know, give us a handout, give Chinese people a handout or anybody a handout. What I'm saying is just understand when you come to this country and you say you are an American, it's a confidence and it's a powerful thing. We want to be able to say, you know, this is, even though we do come from different countries, we want to be able to say this is home. And so how do you say this is home when there's anarchy, there's confusion, there's killings, and there's black on black crime? Going back again, you guys that's out there that's doing the crimes to your own people, come on. These people here, we fought for so long for this kind of, for freedom. And this generation that's out here now, there is done. Some of them. There are some saviors. There's some people that are trying, and there are people that are trying to make moves. But you have to put yourself out there. You have to have that confidence and build yourself up and make that move. Is it easy? No. When I was younger, did I have problems? Yes, I did, because I was working. I was very smart, very confident. Certain people didn't like that, so they tried to pull me down and make me feel less than. But I still knew that I knew some things, right? And there were some times when I had to have hand around throat, because again, I grew up in that era where people were different. Yes. Bev said this is a serious topic. Yes. At the phone call. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah. This is a serious topic today. Yeah, it is. I'm going to kind of, break the monotony a little bit, but I just wanted to bring a little bit of sunshine, right? Let me put my face up a little more. I don't know if you guys can see me. No, not that one. All right. I just wanted to bring a little bit of sunshine, right, to this world, because there's two parts of it, right? The part is that the black on black crime needs to stop. That's number one. The black on black crime needs to stop, right? And the systemic racism has to stop. And so how do we kind of stop? Sometimes we have to look backwards in order for us to be able to go forwards. You know what I mean? All right, so listen. Let me put that up. Yeah. And as far as that phone call is concerned, I mean, listen. I guess some people don't know. Maybe it's just some people that they don't look at the live and they don't see the live, and they say, okay, well, you know what? Let me call, and they don't know. There's some people that don't know, but then there's some people that do know, right? There's some people that do know because they want to try to throw a wrench into what you're doing, right? They want to throw a wrench into what you're doing. So you have to be able to know the game, right? And this is what I'm talking about. This is black on black stuff. When are we going to come to when are we going to be able to look at each other and not be intimidated, not have a guard up, not be worried about this and worried about that? Oh, I'm not going to go let him do my taxes, because he's a black man. This is what I'm talking about. We look at each other funny. We try to chop each other down. We try to step on, I'm bigger, or I got this, I got that, so I'm better than you. You're not better than nobody. You're not better than nobody unless you do something for somebody. And even then, you're not better than nobody. All right? You're not. So come down off of that high horse that you're on. So what? You got this, you done this, and you done that. You do this and do that. It's irrelevant, because money don't buy you love. It gets you a new car, though. All right, listen. Let me get started, because I'm gonna get started here, and I'm gonna get you know what I'm saying. So let's let them talk. I'll be right back. Let them talk.
I am, because I am not going to take seeing my kids walking to a newly integrated school and getting their heads whipped in by grown men. Because if that happens to my kids, there are going to be a lot of damn dead white folks, and I mean a lot.
Now I want to stop right there, because he just made a comment, about there's going to be a lot of dead people, right? But let me just say this to you, right? Violence like I said, that was back then. That's when the struggle was the struggle, right? But again, I want to let you see the state of mind of a person in 1960. What was the state of mind of people in 1960? You know what I mean? So this is why it's important. So let's keep going. Let's do it, and let's make it happen.
I am not going to take this junk no more. The days of step and fetch it are dead. The days of the black-faced, big, wide-eyed, gin-drinking black man are dead. Now we have what is called black consciousness.
But why is it that black people don't own the land where they live? White people own that land. We've never been taught property values. You see, we've never been taught property values. I don't own Harlem, for example. Black people don't own Harlem. So who gives a damn whether Harlem burned down or not? How you going to tell me to love this property that exploits me every day when the average black man in Harlem works the first Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for a landlord. And on Thursday, he's working for Con Edison. And on Friday, he works for himself. And he's got the day off on Saturday, and he buys him a drink of liquor. And the minute he gets drunk, then a white policeman arrests him, takes him in a white court, and takes his money for 2 other weeks. And he goes in debts for the rest. And he goes to a white landlord, goes to a white pawn shop, or else he goes to another white loan shark to keep living on credit to pay off the white man, and he's paying taxes and profits and vacation pay for white people. So the average black man ain't got nothing to lose by anything that he does. And this is what the white man better understand. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Simple as ABC, or as 1, 2, 3, any way you go.
Now that was very deep. That was very, very deep what he just said. So I mean, again, don't look at this as it's a bias or racist type of a program, or we just slandering, white people. No. Because I love everybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care what color you are. As long as you treat me with love and with respect, I don't have a problem with you at all. You could be purple, and I'll still walk down the street with you. I might be on this other side of the street, but you know what I'm saying? We'll be in yelling distance. No, I'm only kidding. But listen, like I said, this is the struggle. This is back in the 60s. And the reason why I'm continuously saying this is because I know how the internet people are. You're gonna say, he's a racist, he's this and he's that, and he's this and he's that. And I want to stop you right there. This is not a beat down. This is knowledge. This is something that even the 70s hippies, a lot of white people used to hang, they were fighting, just like you see the white people marching with black people now. It was like that back in the days. It wasn't as many, but there was a point in time when they saw, they understood, and they was like, you know what? Yeah, this is a problem. This is inhumane. Right? And that's why I'm doing this right here today. It's just so you can see and understand. So when you see the things that happen in Manhattan, and these, people with mental illness, and people that, that have a certain mentality, this is not something people grow up with. It's something that is taught. You don't grow up with that. You're taught that because you go into the streets and somebody tells you how to do this and how to do that and how to do this and how to do that. Now, you might be at home and you might have food in your house or whatever, but you're still under that peer pressure. Right? And so now we got a lot of young kids murdering people, ganging up, getting into gangs and stuff like that. And they don't realize what they've done until they get hit with that life charge, or they get hit with the death penalty because they accidentally slipped, made a mistake, and now you're in trouble. That one mistake can put you away for the rest of your life. That anger that you have can put you away for the rest of your life. Now, I'm not telling you to be like these guys and be that's angry and hate, what I'm saying? Because, back then it was different. People had a reason to be angry. But now we've come a long way. But you have to see what we've been through in order to know where you're going. Stupid? I'm sorry. I ain't mean that. That's for the ones that's looking at the TV screen and saying, what is he talking about? Come on, wake up. Okay? And you can start by being a change yourself. You can start by being a change. You mothers at home, you mothers, with these kids that are committing the murders, come on. Are you really watching over your kids? Oh, but that there's another problem. There was a time when they told parents, if you put your hands on your child, you're going to jail. Kids heard that, started calling ACS. Now it's out of the parents' hands. Now it's in your hands, police officers. Now you have to deal with what we deal with at home. You know what I'm saying? Me, per se, I'm just saying we deal with at home. So there's a interesting plot knowledge to get from this whole thing. Let's continue.
There's no need asking me why these black people burning down these buildings out here. Hell, they got a positive answer. People are not as dumb as people would think. With all the brilliant white psychiatrists and psychologists, you've been able to find a damn path to the moon, but you ain't been able to find one goddamn path 1 mile up the street. Maybe you better take time with all this unique ability to find all these scientific discoveries that you've got to learn how to find your way into men's hearts and the men's mind.
Let me put it to you this way. We are proud of being black and of our black heritage, but white America does not accept the concept that this is a multiracial society. It has never accepted the fact that there are black people, brown people, yellow people here alongside them. They've always looked upon America as being white, and hence all of its propaganda is directed at us to convince us that somehow or the other we must become white before they will accept us.
The problem is the standard for discussion is set by the whites, and a lot of Negroes now don't want to accept that standard anymore. They say we're going to have our own standard. I think that the hookup comes if you can develop a whole new standard where whites and Negroes can have a dialogue. Not either one of those are acceptable anymore. I mean, whites aren't going to accept Negro standards, and Negroes no longer want to be white. So that the clear thing is to develop a whole new standard, and then everybody move toward that so there can be some kind of dialogue.
You know, from a child up, I always, at first, I wanted to be white, because my family was 20 of us, 6 girls and 14 boys. We would make 50 and 60 bales of cotton, gather all that cotton, and we wouldn't have food in the wintertime. So I figured then the white people must be right. But as I got older, I said, no, it's something wrong. And if I ever get a chance, I'm going to do something about it. I'm thinking about in terms of a better and a greater world for all people. And we can't do that by me in one corner doing what I can do to hurt you and you in the other corner doing the same thing against me.
So you go ahead and vote, so what? So you vote for a senator. And the senator's constituency is either lobbyists who represent big business or lobbyists who represent himself. So what? So you can vote.
There's been a lot of talk and a lot of shuffling of papers. But in terms of the plight of the black man in this country, there's been no perceptible change. Primarily because the white man has no reason to. He enjoys the highest standard of living. His government enjoys dominance in world affairs. Why should he turn to me now and say, I want to share part of my good fortune with you? He has no reason to.
I think there's going to be violence, see, because there already has been. I mean, when people try to free themselves, they kill Negroes in the South all the time. The Negro man has been emasculated and destroyed by the fact that every time he stood up, he got just snuffed out right there. So I don't think there's any question but that there's going to be violence and brutality. But my attitude is that the brutality and the violence shouldn't become the reason that you want to be free. But that's a very personal thing, the freedom is. See, the question isn't what is freedom to me, it's what price freedom. Because sometimes the price that you pay for freedom is the very thing that makes you a slave again. That's what I think happened in Russia in 1917. but I know that there's going to be violence. I mean, I think it gets blurred, especially the individual. If I face you violently, see, who knows where that violence began? See, I mean, I might, if I face you with a gun and I got orders to kill you and you got orders to kill me, then we can't really deal with each other. You're a target and I'm a target. So you can't really talk about that. But you can talk about the larger thing, the much more universal thing. The reason that you're there, see, is really not to kill, but to free.
Let us take a look at Harlem, 1964, when approximately 20 Molotov cocktails were exploded in Harlem. And in 1965 in August in Watts, Los Angeles, 2,000 Molotov cocktails were exploded. I think that we are developing more sophistication, and I think in the next uprising, and I suspect it will probably come either in Washington, D.C. or in another unnamed city, where you're going to find 5,000 Molotov cocktails used.
On my way to Washington, feeling mighty sad, thinking about an income that I never had. Everybody's got a right to live. Everybody's got a right to live. And before this campaign fails, we all go down in jail. Everybody's got a right to live. Black man picked the cotton long time ago. He's been the victim since brought him to the show. Black man dug the ditches, hewed down the pines, gave his trouble to Jesus, kept on towing the line. Everybody's got a right to live. Everybody's got a right to live. And before this movement fails, we all go down in jail. Everybody's got a right to live. Black man dug the pipelines. Old man.
Yo. All right. There you go. There you have it, yo. There you have it, y'all. Listen, before we get up out of here, I want to just show you guys, you know, some things. Check out my peoples, man. You know, they got some good music. You know, my girl Mars, you know, she's definitely doing her thing. And so let's check out what Mars got going on. This one's called That's Real. And listen, if you got music and you are an artist and you want to have your music played on this channel, hit me up on this email right here. All right, hit me up on that email, modevtip@yahoo.com. That's modevtip@yahoo.com. And the phone number, if you want to call in right now, you have a comment, 917-936-1004. Come on, call in. You know, speak on it. Let's talk about it. All right, we'll be right back right after this.
People change up, that's real. Lot of shit going on, that's real. Niggas want you to fail, that's real. Can't please no bitch, that's real. Money to be found, that's real. Can't waste no time, that's real. Turn friends to the bag, that's real. Everything that I spit, that's real. Lane shift, different script, different song, same shit. 100,000 on 100,000. If you don't know now, you gon' know me now. Big whips, big rims, we just pushing up in them big things. Talk shit, see shit. If I cut you off, it's cause I peep shit. Money talking, yeah, don't fuck in my zone. Everything I got, yeah, I got on my own. Tell your bitch, just leave me alone. If I don't pick her, don't blow up my phone. Got it shorty and she bad to the bone. Everything spit, I done heard it before. Applying that heat, applying that pressure. Give me wrong vibes, you be under my pressure. People switch up and that's just how it goes. Shorty and op, yeah, she one of those. I want bitches to see me, niggas to feel me. Flow so consistent, you can't compete with me. Haters is fans, so I know who they talk about. See you in action, now you wanna talk it out, never fit in. Not like the rest, out of this world, got malls on my chest. People change up, that's real. Lot of shit going on, that's real. Niggas want you to fail, that's real. Can't please no bitch, that's real. Money to be found, that's real. Can't waste no time, that's real. Turn friends to the bag, that's real. Everything that I spit, that's real. You ain't chasing the bag, you ain't achieving no goals. Real shit, money comes and it goes. Real shit, dress and press in the facts. Real facts, I was built for this. Real life, I'm so into it. One direction, that's up to the top. Count me out, better count me in. Stacking the blues and I stack it again. Speaking for something, I had to go get it. I had to go get it, I had to go get it. Money quality, yeah, I had to go get it. I had to go get it, I had to go get it. Mars moving, yeah, you gotta go get it. You gotta go get it, you gotta go get it. Real shit, yeah, never forget it, yeah, never forget it, yeah, never forget it. change up, that's real. Lot of shit going on, that's real. Niggas want you to fail, that's real. Can't please no bitch, that's real. Money to be found, that's real. Can't waste no time, that's real. Turn friends to the bad, that's real. Everything that I spit, that's real.
All right, that was Mars. Please excuse the cursing and all that stuff like that, but this is the new music they got out now. Things are different now, you know, so I want to give people their shine. You know, this is the, you know, it's not what I particularly feel like is cool, but you know what, I want to stay current and I want to stay up to date and allow people to master their craft and show their craft. All right, and so here we got another brother. He speaks righteous. This is a Little Legend. This one here, man, this one's a nice one. I always like this one. This one is called Checkmate, man. And I don't know, it's just something about I like about this song. It just really hits. So we'll be right back and we're going to continue. Remember, call in after we finish with the music. Call in. Let me see what you think. What do you think about the angry black situation that we're going on here? We got a lot of anger. What do you feel? What do you feel is going on? All right, we'll be right back right after this.
Shout out to Gary B. Secured this one. I like this. Yeah. I love being underestimated. That mean my skill level's higher than they anticipated. And when I speak out, the competition intimidated. Make them disappear, turn to dust like they disintegrated. Forget about them like they ain't even participated. My style can't be copied or imitated. These dudes out here wanna stay and follow the latest. I'm trying to stay from traces cause I wanna be the greatest. So the legend legacy will never erase. Wanted it better in your heart, so it's never replaced. Gaining knowledge, so being ignorant is never the case. Never looking down, cause up is always better to face. Shallow ones always looking for that cheddar to chase. Can't build from the top, gotta remember the base. Make excuses for not doing just to better their case. I keep cooking cause my own is always better to taste. And I'm hungry for it, can't you hear my stomach growling? Trying to tame your voice so you know that I'll be wildin'. These dudes is lame, their goal is just a couple thousand. These dudes to change just to see that money piling. They'll take the gold for their soul and they'll say they got the Midas touch. I don't think those people's life is bright enough. I don't think those people value life enough. I could change your life with the lightest touch. I just wanna be influential. The same dudes you influence making moves against you. Until you stuck with no moves like a checkmate. And then they wanna copy off you like a template. I don't blame them for it, yeah, I understand it. And I foresaw the whole thing like I'm the one who planned it. When they started hating, that's when the seed was planted. And then I water it, then you'll see how it expanded. I'm talking about the influence. I've been doing this for y'all was even into it. Funny how my grind can make another work. I'm making moves over here that's making others learn. I'm making moves over here that's making others learn. Had to say it 2 times like I'm Lil Dirt. Had to kill a few times, y'all ain't get the first. This that type of thing to make the haters hurt. They try to overpower you, but it ain't how many, it's about them power moves. One step to get to the top of the tower moves. They be stepping in silence, but I'm making louder moves. Haters got a bad taste in their mouth, them sour moves. We ain't never scared, we ain't with them coward moves. Them numbers stay still, we be making ours move. And the plan so good, they try to copy our moves. The plan to build an empire and make it rain forever. Short-term raps looking for temporary cheddar. Doing anything to get temporarily better. I just wanna shine out occasional on the regular. You see your man potential when putting them under pressure. Some gon' crack, you might see him in a stretcher. Believe in yourself, gotta be your biggest investor. I'm teaching all these rappers, they calling me the professor. Gotta keep it going, no time for a rest break. It could get you stuck with no moves like a checkmate. Me dropping the tapes, a win-win thing. And I'm about to reign forever like I've been king.
Yes. That was Little Legend doing his thing. Special shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? We ain't finished yet. We got one more, Flavio. You know what I'm saying? I got to show the kids love because, you know, it's important that I keep the kids connected. I want them to know that, you know, I support what they do. You know, no matter what you do, I support you. White, black, LGBTQ, whatever you do. Now, listen, let's listen to some of this talented brother, Flavio, and his joint. This is one I think I like a lot. This one is like, sounds like French, but let's check it out.
Ferris wheel going round.
How does this go again?
Where will she smile? Nobody knows. Take a ride, take a chance. Nobody knows.
My heart do still hurt, it just might still sting from that one time fling. Flavio the space boy, remember the letters. We're never done with that phase, just hit me whenever. Never felt fresher, been just a full dresser. Don't address any problems, baby, keep that sweater. Never knew hiding them would be much better. Never knew all the love could be much stress. Evil eye from the jacket, baby, don't get upset. Fuck the reason and the purpose to flex. The point of the past is the message, not the money with fashion. So take a lesson, living life to just bless it.
Nobody knows.
Just gotta hold on, man.
Take a ride.
That's all you can do.
Take a chance.
Wow.
Nobody knows.
Never know, man.
Take a ride. Take a ride. Take a chance.
Yo, life together, memories I still treasure. Rainy day from St. Key, let's color some bad weather. Many ways I could see us all being together. Romantic MC, I'm the one that you want. I never front, I never front. My bars is never in cursive, my writing's weird. It's just multiple fonts, multiple viewers got multiple wants, multiple fans got multiple plans, and many groupies trying to see me, maybe kiss me and do it. Renowned, unique, it sounds crazy, but it's mad neat. Listen to the tune, cause that's the true me. Truly, my music sounds travel fast for me. Nobody knows, bro.
Take a ride.
Take a ride, take a chance.
Nobody knows.
That's the best part of life. Trust me.
Take a ride. Take a chance. Nobody knows. Take a ride. Take a chance. I feel
Yo. That's Flavio. Flavio was in the building, and we show him love all the time, too. That's a beautiful song. I love that song, man. All right, so now's the time of the show when we ask you guys to call in. And we're going to probably end the show pretty much in a little bit, you know, because we're going past the time, you know, that I said I'm going to, you know, do this. So if anybody wants to call in, and if anybody wants to call in, now is your time to call in. That number that you call in is 917-936-1004, and we'll take your call and we'll take your question. What do you think about this scenario and this situation? Do you think that we have to do a lot of soul searching as a culture, as a people, in order to get to the next level in life? Do we have to really step back and take a look at what part does each individual play in the destruction of our race? You know, how do you feel about, you know, coming together, you know, with the other races and trying to be a little bit more happier instead of trying to dominate? You know, everybody wants to dominate. Everybody wants to have control. You can't have control of everything. Give me a call. Call in 917-936-1004. The police is outside. You know, instead of me having a conversation about, you know, what's going on in the world today, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and sometimes I didn't want to bring that to you because I felt like, you know what, bringing that kind of stuff to you is just like, you know, I mean, you see it already on the news, and then you got to come over here and you got to hear it on my channel. Like, nah, like I don't think that that's a cool thing, and that's why, you know, I'm doing it a little bit differently right now. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you know, call in, tell me your feelings about, you know, this situation, because if we don't, like I said, if we don't come together as people, we're gonna come apart. All right, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds more to call in, and then we're gonna close out the show because you know, we got things to do, and we got to make moves, man. You know, and again, like I said, people, go hit that like button, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. It's listen, let me tell you something. I know that probably they're probably going to give me a strike for that thing I just showed. But you know what? Here's the thing. I'm not here for monetization. Some people want to get the money. I don't want the money. The message is better. Message is better than having a platform to talk about this thing, to talk about issues, to talk about what's plaguing our communities, what's killing our families, what's destroying our families, our men, and what's destroying our women, why we can't just be ourselves, why we gotta want to be somebody else. And this is also for you people that are of white experience, the Chinese experience, the Afghan, whatever experience, so you can understand in a little bit more clearly of what it is that you're dealing with when it comes to the struggle and what the domino effects that has occurred, you know? So I think that if we can wrap our heads around that, and we can start probably pushing more love into these communities, maybe there's a whole bunch of white and Chinese people that need to just come as a crowd and go into the projects, and let's just show some love to the people in the projects. You know, let's show people that we got love for you. If you keep showing somebody love, eventually it's going to be reciprocated. If not, then there's something wrong with that person. You know what I mean? But you have to show people that you care. And again, I have white friends, man. I love my white friends, Carl, and the rest of the crew. Let me tell you something. When you see my crew, other than the brothers that I know, when you see my crew, you're gonna be like, bamboo. You the only pepper in there. The only pepper in there. And I'm gonna say to you, you know what? I'm the only pepper in here, but you know what? All of them got love for me. You know what I'm saying? They got my back, just like I got their back. And to this day, we're still friends. Till this day, we're still friends. Yes. So that's our show for today, y'all. You know, we done did it. You know, another journey. I know this is a tough topic, and I know some people don't like to speak on it, but I just wanted to speak on it because we need to find a way to find a different direction. You know what I mean? Because the direction that we're going is definitely not working. It's not going anywhere. The disrespect, the disrespect of the parents disrespecting themselves. You know, there's no love. You know what I'm saying? You know, generations are dying off without the young kids showing love to the older generation because they feel like they know it all. They feel like, oh, yeah, I understand you, Generation X. I understand you are the millennials. But you have to know where you came from in order to continue to know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? And what's going to happen if we keep going in this direction where we are lost? At the end of the line is destruction. And if you want that for us, then keep on doing what you're doing. I want to thank everybody for tuning into the show. Thank Beverly. Man, Beverly, she is such a lifesaver. I know you're over there cringing right now, Beverly, but you know, I got to show you your love, man. You, through thick and thin, through the storm, you know what I'm saying? You know, you are there, and you have supported, and I don't know, man. I'm just happy and blessed and proud to have you in my circumference. You know what I mean? I am so blessed and proud to have you in my circumference. All right. So what I'm going to do now, right, before I get up out of here, right, and I know I'm going over the mark. You know, I had some pictures and stuff like that I was about to show, you know, and you know what? Maybe I'll just talk through it real quick, and I'll show these pictures real quick. For an example, for everybody for the young people that don't know and they have not seen the struggle, look at this. Okay, this was the struggle. This is where you came from, right? This is what started it all. Well, not started it all, but this is a part of the problem. Well, not the part of the problem. Let me rephrase that. This was the problem back then, you know, but there was a unity. There was a unity, and everybody came together and fought the same fight. So we need to come together, and we need to fight the same fight. But we need to start at home, right? We need to start at home. We need all you people that have skills and talents to come out and teach. Because this is what's needed in order to make it through this time that we're going through. We need to come together. We need to build ourselves up. Don't be angry about the past, because a lot of the people that inflicted the past on us, they're not here anymore. Or they're very old. And if you're young and white, young and Chinese, or young and Asian, or young, don't pick up on racism. Don't look at a person and don't talk to them because they're black, or because they're Chinese, or because they're white. You know? We got to come together, man. Anyway, listen. That's enough of me talking, man. I know I'm boring y'all. I know y'all got things to do, places to go, people to meet, and I'm over here running my mouth. I just want to say to y'all, man, just love is love, and blessings to you all. And remember, be thankful and grateful for everything that you got, because you know what? You don't know when it's going to be gone. Be thankful for everything, every person that you got in your life. Because let me tell you, tomorrow, something can happen that could change everything. And then you're saying to yourself, damn, I didn't tell that person I love them enough. I didn't tell that person thank you enough. And now they're gone. Anyway, listen, love on each other, be nice to each other, And remember, be grateful and thankful for everything that you got. This is Like It Really Is with Maurice. I am your host. That's Beverly. She's my moderator. Whoop, whoop for her. And just want to say what's up to all you people out there. Blessings. Be thankful and grateful. Until next time. See you later.
Salute, kids. Always. Always thankful and grateful. Let me stay blessed. You heard? So blessed. So are you. Yeah. I love myself. I love my life. I love my kids. I love my wife. I'm positive. I try to do what's right. I respect darkness, but rather live in light. Yo, I love my fam. I love my mom. I love my community. I love God. I love unity. He died for you and me. I always be thankful and grateful. Wouldn't you be? Sing it, Queen.